Imaginative 16 welcomes you, and now help us welcome Candy Palmer.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited. Welcome. I didn't test out this dress because I realized I have a big slit in it. So in the front seat, you're going to get a few extra visions that you weren't expecting. Let's take a look at what has changed. 16th annual awards show for the 16th annual festival. You know what it's like? You turn 16, you get your driver's license, and then you can sport about town, and that's what the festival did. They turned 16 and they drove over here to have the awards for the first time in this beautiful room. Isn't it beautiful? I'm going to tell you my favorite parts of the room. This throne that they built for me, it has its own train. Now you're going to wonder about this lovely accoutrement right here. I'm going to tell you about him. I have a very, very special moment coming for myself tonight. There is a gentleman in the front row, Mr. Kent Monkman, whom I have been dying to meet forever. And when they told me he was going to be here and I was going to get to meet him, I planned my whole outfit around it. But here's the problem. What does a lesbian get dressed in to impress a gay man whose alter ego is a drag queen? Now, I had to think long and hard about it. What I decided on was the glitter shirt, don't wax the legs, but bring some nice arm candy. Right? Now, I asked him, because I mean, look at him. I wanted him to wear a loincloth and nothing else. But I wanted him to have ostrich feathers so that he could fan me throughout the show. And then they said, well, maybe we'll let him wear the vest and the loincloth. But when he arrived tonight, I saw the shirt. I was so disappointed. But as a labor lawyer, I understand. There were workers' comp issues. There was a very, very high risk if he was only in a loincloth and a cougar sitting beside him that he would get glitter burn. So we've let him dress fully. His name is Michael. Michael, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody.
Michael is 24 years old. Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Very nice. What's your Twitter handle?
I don't have a Twitter.
He doesn't have a Twitter. All right, Michael, thank you very much. I will retire you to the side, and let's give him a round of applause, please. Thank you. Michael is actually officially our trophy boy. Last year there was a trophy girl, and this year they decided that there should be a trophy boy. So I thought they picked very well. Don't you think he's beautiful? Now you're going to see me adjusting this all night because I feel like Angelina Jolie. Do you remember that year at the Oscars she wore that dress and she kept standing with the legs sticking out? So I'm not really trying to do that. It's just, it's going to happen. I am wearing Spanx, so Jean-Francois, you're very safe. You won't see anything but the Spanx if we have a wardrobe malfunction. Does everybody know what these are? These pieces of plastic. Okay, I'm glad. Because I, as an entertainer, did not know what these were during the Barack Obama campaign. And every time I saw them, I thought, oh my goodness, that must be like bulletproof glass. And I could never understand, like, it's only protecting you from a headshot. Like, what if you get a chest shot? So, I was constantly sending emails like, Dear Secret Service, like, hello. You're missing out on this whole thing. Last year, Imaginative flew me in to do this festival, and I got up on the stage and I saw these things, and for the first time, I got to see what they are. These are my teleprompters. Isn't that amazing? To you, on that side, it looks clear. But over here, when I look out at you this way, I can see my script. Isn't that exciting? Now, what is really fun is I never stay on script. So there is a lovely lady backstage who will spend the whole night scanning, trying to figure out, she's already trying to find glitter burn in the script, and it's just not there. But that's the way I roll. Now, before we get into the awards, I do want to acknowledge APTN. who is sponsoring. Yes, let's have a round of applause. They're sponsoring my appearance here this evening. They're also a big supporter and sponsor of the festival. And, you know, if we think for a minute how significant it is for us to have a broadcaster of our own in this country. I remember being a young girl being cut from drama every single year that I tried out, but knowing they were wrong, knowing I had something special to offer, and telling everybody who would listen that I had something special to offer. And it was APTN who saw that, who also saw that in me and gave me that chance all those years ago when they let me run the pilot for the Candy Show. And this year, as I'm about to turn 47, I just wrapped season 10 of the Trailer Park Boys. Yes. And I'm thrilled to say I'm the first powerful female character on Trailer Park Boys. I was the only woman and the only Indigenous person on the short list for the job at Q on CBC Radio 1. And I have a new show in development, and none of that would have happened without APTN. So let's give them another round of applause. It's so important to have our own voice. Yes. All right, we're going to get into the awards because I want to do this whole thing about the fact that I moved. I just moved here from Nova Scotia to Toronto. I sold a 3,000 square foot house and moved into basically a postage stamp. 900 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 adult women, and 3 dogs. Imagine it. It's crazy. My wife and I just noticed, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I just noticed Alanisa Bombswin is in the front row. Had I known you were going to be there, dear, I wouldn't have even thought about what I was going to wear, because if she's in the house, you're not going to be the best dressed. She looks like this all the time. I just ran into her on a flight probably about 6 months ago, and she walks in. I'm already in my seat. She walks in. I've got coffee and Air Canada breakfast all down the front of my shirt. She looks like this. I'm sure if your car ran out of gas on her street at 3 o'clock in the morning, you would bang on the door, she'd open she would look like this. It's amazing. You are my fashion hero, my friend. All right, we're going to get into the awards. Up first, these awards are short, and they are drama, but they are not short on drama. To introduce the award for Best Short Drama, please welcome Melissa Capist.
Hi. For generations, people have lived with the perceived shame of being Indigenous. This film is both a poetic and visually stunning exploration of identity and the politics of passing. The winner of the 2015 Imaginative Best Short Drama Award goes to Amanda Cornell for Stoy Valley, Northern Great Mountain.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the director of Northern Great Mountain, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for this award. I'm very, very happy about it and proud. I think it's such a great festival and an important festival. I really, really wish I could have been there, but we're in the middle of editing the feature film version of Northern Great Mountain, so I really hope I can be there another year with the feature. So thank you so much, and I also want to send a special thank you to the International Sami Film Institute, who's been a great help making this movie, and they mean a lot to us Sami film workers. So thank you again, and have a nice evening.
So there is one of the things that makes it so much cooler to be here this year, that we have this incredible projection. Let's hear it for the folks at Article 11 who produced the show and have put together all this projection for us. It looks amazing. It's one way to see myself finally on the big screen. There you go. Host an award where they do it in a theater. It's perfect. Oh my God, is Mr. Monken taking a picture of me? Because I'll die. I'll die. I tell you, I'll die. But please, get my cute side. my God. This is amazing. None of the amazing dramatic films that we've seen this entire week would actually happen without a great pitch. So here to present the award for drama for pitch for drama, my dear, dear friend, Jean-François Obamswin.
Oleoni Candy and Colipaillon and Oleoni to Imaginative. The winner of the Drama Pitch Prize project is a personal journey and a vision exploring the film's maker struggle with the horror of cancer. The jury was particularly impressed with the unique voice that emerged from the project and its potential to convey spiritual and cultural beliefs and ideas through the dreaming and self-identity. The winner of the 2015 Imaginative Drama Pitch Prize goes to Roxanne Whitebean for The Paradigm.
Well, I'd like to thank Imaginative for inviting me here, and I'm really honored that the jury selected my project. It's something that I hold very close to my heart, and hopefully I can return next year with the film completed. So thank you very much.
So yes, if you are nominated tonight, I forgot to tell you how this is going to go. You walk up the stairs that are next to this TV. Do not come up the stairs next to this TV. Always near this one. Come to the podium, and then they're going to take you out that way, and you're going to go out and have your picture taken and all that good stuff. So I know there's a few of you who are nervous. Where is it Brutus? No. Who's the guy that was nervous who's presenting? Where are you? I'm looking at you because I feel like it might be you. Is it you? No? It's you. It's you, Silver Fox, isn't it? I know it is. I know it is. Mama's going to have you. Don't worry about it. If you get real nervous, you just come up and sit here with me. I got them to make this so that, you can. Oh, see how the leg jumped right out just as I. It's crazy. But I'm just going to let you know my wife is sitting 4 people down from you. So just so that you know. The next award is also sponsored by APTN, and it's near and dear to my heart. It is also a pitch award, and of course, I'm waiting for her to come down to who I'm introducing for it, because I've gone off script already. There we go. Here we are to present the pitch. For Best Pitch, it's Melanie No. Now, see, here's the thing. I'm Mi'kmaq. I was raised in a French town, taught English by French teachers. So sometimes my pronouncers aren't all that great, which every time I hear them talk about me being a great thespian, I get really like gay proud, and then I realize it's not the right thing. Here to present the award for Best Pitch is Melanie Nepanak Hadley. There we go.
I should just let you know that you're basically fighting a losing battle because everybody pronounces it wrong. It was anglicized many, many years ago and as actually Melanie Nipinakmakwa. So it's you were losing anyways. It's okay. You did a great job. Before I present the award, I actually just wanted to say this one more time. I said it during the pitch competition, that the pitch competition is one of those situations that is not real. That's not how pitches are really done. And these young people came up and they pitched something that was so personal and so intimate, and they all did such a great job. So I think that we should give them all a round of applause for really putting themselves out there. Okay, so the pitch winner in this category presented a personal story that shines a light on a hidden aspect of violence facing Indigenous women across Canada. For a film that has ambitions to start a public conversation about domestic violence through a campaign that reached beyond the film itself, the Imaginative Documentary Prize goes to Tasha Beads, for shattering silence, an Indigenous woman's journey out of domestic violence.
Kananaskamatanawao, to Imaginative, to everyone who's supported me up to this point. It's been a very long journey. I just want to say, acknowledge my director, Cara Mumford, who has encouraged me every step of the way. And I just say Kananaskamatanawao, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this particular journey. So hopefully we'll see you again next year. Thank you again.
Up next is the award for Best Music Video. And I mean, what a time we're having in music right now. The Polaris Prize, 2 years in a row, has gone to an Aboriginal woman. Yes. Here to present the winner is Houston Cypress.
Hi, good evening. It's so good to be here with you tonight. This evening, presented by Slate Music, is going to be a $500 cash award to the Indigenous creative and includes $500 to the musician. Now, the best music video. This gentle series of images, they flow effortlessly to deliver a powerful visual message of cultural belonging and harmony with the natural world. This blends seamlessly with Mo Clark's beautiful song, Ninto Katain, to win this year's 2015 Imaginative Best Music Video Award. Let's give him a hand.
Is the winner in the house tonight? And do we have a reel for her or him? No. Not a reel, but someone coming up in place of. Unless you have a projector under your shirt. I think the nod's good, unless you have something you're dying to say. No, the nod is perfect. It makes you mysterious. I like it. You like that? The Oscars could use a few more like that. Then we wouldn't be up until 3 in the morning. I know your grade 3 teacher meant a lot to you, but really, like, we'd like to get home sometime tonight. Now, this next award is sponsored actually by Imaginative. And having hosted the awards last year, one of the big challenges I have is that, I don't want to make the same jokes from last year that I did this year. But the award is for experimental. As a lesbian, I gotta tell you, it's tough not for me to make that exact same joke. But I'm not going to, because in fact, the person who's coming up to present is the person that I've been waiting to meet all night. And before I call him up, I am going to talk seriously for a moment about why I am so excited to meet him and why it's so important for all of us to vote. One of the things that's happening in this country is funding to the arts is just taking a killing. I've just moved from Nova Scotia to Toronto because they cut our film credit there, and my ability to work there dried up along with that. So the power of the arts is immeasurable, and one of the ways that it touched me a few years back, I had never heard of Mr. Monkman. And a friend of mine who curates at the St. Mary's University Art Gallery said, do you know who he is? I said, no. He said, you have to come down and see his work. Many of you who are in the room who are also two-spirited will know that there is still a major problem with homophobia in our communities. And when I walked in to that art installation and walked into this red velvet brocade teepee and saw that Louis Vuitton arrow whatever you call that. Quiver. Thank you. That's what I'm doing right now. So I have a hard time reaching for words. I was moved to tears because I had never in my life been in a place that was so native and so gay at the same time. And it was a moment where I felt like I really, really belonged in that space. And without your work and all that you've done, because they try to keep us out. They try to keep us out. And I know because I studied on you afterwards, I know they've tried to keep you out. Your art is immeasurable, and the impact it has for people like me is, I can't even bring the words together. So please put your hands together. One of my heroes, Mr. Kent Monkman.
Hello, everybody. What an introduction. Wow. Thank you so much. Okay, so beautiful and engaging retelling of a mythical warrior's spirit journey. Creating an ethical, immersive world, this film captivated the jury with its surreal landscape and magical realism. The winner of the 2015 Imaginative Best Experimental Award goes to Lisa Rehana for Tai-Fi Tuki, House of Death.
Oh, we have someone coming up to accept on behalf of the winner.
Lisa,
Oh, she's here.
Where are you?
Lisa, darling, you picked a bad time to go to the washroom. Is she in the room? She is not in the room.
I want to give this to Lisa.
People are pointing this way. What are you pointing? What are you trying to tell me? Oh,
Mika.
there we go. Okay.
Honorary, Lisa.
Sounds good. Listen, with that jacket, you can go anywhere you want.
Nod.
Lovely. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge all the Imaginative staff who is here this evening. Are we having an incredible festival? It's a very small group of people who manage a whole lot of moving parts. And this weekend, when we were all enjoying our Thanksgiving turkey, I know for a fact they were at the office ordering takeout so that they would be ready for us when we arrive. So good work, folks. 16 years and you're still going strong. Now, in this age of Vine and YouTube content makers being, launched into superstardom, we've never been more aware of how powerful a short film can be. So here is a little montage of some of the shorts that we saw at the festival this year. Take a look.
Stony River was two places, really. Us and all the open space we could run in. I was on top of the world, I thought. But I was like the loneliest person.
We have come a long way, have we not? That was amazing. All right, this tall Canadian is very excited about these Canadian shorts. Here to present I got to put a little cheese in there, folks, so you're not going to realize you're at an awards show, you know what I'm saying? Here to present the nominees is Ashley Collingbull.
Hi, everyone. Stunning imagery that takes back what was stolen. An innovative voice shares a new approach. The 2015 Imaginative Best Canadian Short Drama Award goes to Trevor Mack for Clouds of Autumn.
Way to go. You run. You run. It's just like that moment for Life is Beautiful. Remember, he ran.
Wow. Jeez, I was so tired today. Actually, in the hotel getting ready, the power went off in my hotel room mid-shower, and I had to I was gonna wear a suit and everything, and I didn't think I was gonna win anything, so I'm just kind of rocking a sweater. But yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate. Jesus, I'm shaking. I don't know, just something that I wanted to make. I felt that it was really personal to me. I had uncles and aunts, and including my mother, attend residential school, and I really wanted to make a film about the indirect effects residential school had on siblings that didn't go to residential school. And yeah, wow, Jesus. Thank you. I did not expect this. Yeah, thanks.
The sweater looks lovely. That was different, eh? When they win the rap awards, they usually thank Jesus. He just called Jesus 3 times. That was. I'm sure what he meant there was thank you, Jesus. And because with all that's going on in the world, I know Jesus is really concerned about, who's writing what. Anyway, it just always strikes me as weird. Do you know what I mean? I figure he's probably Tsunami would probably be above this new single, but who knows? I don't know. I don't know God. Someday I'm going to meet her. I'm going to realize she's a Native woman, and she really didn't care about those rap tracks, but that's going to be another day. It seems to me I've learned so much more from documentaries than I ever learned in history class, and luckily that's because most of those documentaries that I watch are made by us, and those history books are never written by us. So here to present the award for Best Short Documentary Award is Jane Jankovic.
TVO is really thrilled to be able to sponsor this festival every year, and I'm honored to once again be asked to make a presentation. The winner in this category created a very compelling piece investigating the connection between loss of land, loss of self, addiction, and family breakdown. While the film is simple in style and presentation, the complicated and lasting impact of resettlement and short-sighted economic development is woven throughout this piece. The quiet anger and frustration of the people affected left a lasting impression on the jury. The winner of the 2015 Imaginative Best Short Documentary goes to Bonnie Amak, Nowhere Land. I'm sure the festival will keep it safe and sound until she gets a chance to pick it up.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. How's your butt? Right? Sitting through these things, your butt gets sore, doesn't it? I know. I'm going to give you a tip. 2 things that are going to help you get through that. One is think about the fact that you're on a padded chair, and under this beautiful fabric, this thing is wood. Wood! Here's the other thing. Everybody do it with me right now. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze. No, it's really, like you're trying to crack a walnut. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Squeeze. Are you holding? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let it go. Doesn't it feel better? I had a bicycle coach once who taught me that. It's like, my butt's going to sleep. He said, squeeze it. Works every time. So I'll know if I see you sitting there going, you're just really trying to get some comfort in your butt. So do that whenever you need to. You'll see a whole bunch of folks here tonight that are wearing red t-shirts. We've got a whole bunch of volunteers that keep this festival afloat as well. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Yeah. They were here late into the night last night. If you know me, you'll know that I have many talents and singing isn't one of them, but every time they hire me to do an awards show, I find some place that I can sing a line. It's that place. The hills are alive with the sound of music. I told you I couldn't sing. Imagine what that movie would have been like if there was no sound. Right? Did you see that cheesy little segue? That's bringing us into the award for Best Audio Work. To present it, please welcome Chris Eyre. Tough crowd, tough crowd.
All right. How's everybody doing? Woohoo! I'm still getting over that butt thing. But that was good advice.
I had $1 for every time a man said that to me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to lay it out there, I'm going to have to take a shot. Do you know what I'm saying?
She's good. It's an honor to be here. This is the first time I've been to Imagine Native. It's the first time, and I'm really happy to be here. I've long known that this is the best Indigenous Aboriginal film festival in the world. So this is an honor to be here. I'm presenting Best Audio Work, and for a multi-layered journey through an urban native dreamscape populated both by everyday and fantastic characters who sprung to life through compelling storytelling and soundscape. The award for Best Audio Work goes to Crystal Farvel for Reach the Stars. Here she comes.
Mishkanim Wash Bijeke Kwe Nadishnikaz. Hi, my name's Crystal DJ Kwe Favel, and I humbly accept this award for my digital audio storytelling, Reach for the Stars. I'd like to thank the Imaginative team, jury, and sponsors for making this opportunity available to showcase digital audio storytelling on a multimedia platform. I'd also like to thank the First Peoples Cultural Council for believing in me from the very beginning. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you. And to everyone else, don't forget to believe in yourself and reach for the stars. Thanks, everyone.
Nicely done. I like that she put some thought into the video, even though it was an award for audio. Very, very cool. Oh my God, I'm frozen in time. Look, I'm frozen in time. You know what? That's the person who's operating that is still stuck on the butt comment. That's the... Did she say that? They're gonna fire her. No, we're all friends in here. It's all good. I am getting rather warm, though. Are you guys warm? I find it very warm. I am menopausal right now, so I'm hot flashing all the time, which means I'm schwitzing. Michael, I seem to have a little bit of sweat on my face. Do you think you could help me out, sir? Because I do like a man who tends to a lady's needs. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you so much. He just gave me his hotel number. So young. Every young Native man should have that experience with the cougar at some point in his life, I think. It's part of that being back to nature thing, so we'll see what happens. We might have somebody coming on with us, Denise. She's used to it. My wife, by the way, is looking fabulous, and if I ask her to stand up, she's probably going to hate me because she hates being in the spotlight. However, she has just lost 95 pounds, and she looks wonderful. Would you stand just for a second, sweetie, just to give a little wave? Just a quick little wave. Just a wave, yes. Just a little wave. There she is. 15 years ago, that lovely woman came into my life, and she sticks around even though I'm high maintenance. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, I'll tell you. NBC Universal is sponsoring the next award. And, you know, when we think about gaming, we think a world of white male teenagers, right? Wrong. In this next category, we had more Indigenous females between the age of 13 and 24 submit games to this actual category. So the times, they are a-changing. Here to present the award for Best Digital Media is Mika Haken.
Ngā mihi kia koutou, kia ora koutou. There are many from New Zealand here today. We just want to put your hands up. And the reason we come to this festival, Jason and Marcia, they come and visit us just about every year. We love this festival. There are more Māori here than any other festival, and we come, you're at that part of the top of the pole, and we're at that part of the bottom of the pole. So we've got a lot of bottom squeezing to be doing to get where we got here tonight. I tell you, I haven't had this much gay action since Pride in Los Angeles in June. This is amazing. Look how progressive we are. Natives can be so out. I mean, you can tell I'm I'm a straight acting, non-scene type of gay boy. That's why they gave me Best New Media, which is presented by NBC, and there's a $1,000 cash prize. Now, the jury citation, this is a highly addictive, vibrant mobile game with a retro yet fresh-feeling environment, nostalgic soundscape, and instantly engaging gameplay. Customized characters allow the player to tailor the user experience or simply dive into the compelling world of falling animal companions. The winner of the two... I've been rehearsing, not like some of you, I can tell you, I've been practicing. I haven't flown this far to spend this long to go, oh, hi, how are you? That's ready to go. Here we go. Boom, she says. That's right, shave our legs. Anyway, the winner of the 2015 Imaginative Best New Media Award goes to Shandine Woodward for Sky Pets. You better be here.
Is the winner in the house?
We've been upstaged by a cat.
It's the world we live in. Oh my goodness. I am petitioning to have this lovely individual as my co-host next year. Amazing. Kia ora to all my New Zealand friends who are here. I didn't realize you were here. At the very beginning of my entertainment career, a Maori medical group brought me down to New Zealand for one of my first paid gigs, so it was fantastic. So kia ora to all of you. I'm still getting over the push. I thought I was going to get kissed, and I got the nose and forehead push, so it took me a while to learn that. All right, so we are going to bring someone out. I think that gorgeous man, Michael, is back there making goo-goo eyes and scenes at me. Michael, maybe you'd like to come out and tell me what it is you want me to do right now, because I see you have something in your hand. Boom, chicka, bow, bow. Boom, chicka, bow, bow. Tell them what you do for a living.
I am a community mentor. I work at Toronto Council Fire.
Which is amazing, but how do you have a face like that and not work in entertainment? It's crazy. What is it that you would like me to do?
We're going to be giving Lisa her reward.
Oh, she came back from the bathroom. Excellent. Lisa, come on up. Oh my goodness, they even gave you a microphone.
Do I need it? Do I need
What's
it, Candy?
just use the one there you go.
Oh. Kia ora koutou katoa, ngā mihi to everybody here. I didn't mean to not be here. I feel very humbled, and I was actually out at the bar. not in the bathroom, at the bar, catching up with one of the actors in my film is living in Toronto right now, and we were just going, boo, 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 boo. And I was quite shocked, and I feel very thankful, and Imaginative Festival is one of the most awesome festivals I've ever been to. I tell people about it all the time, and I'm so pleased, and thank you to all the crew here. Last year, Jason said, come back, and I said, okay, I'll make a film, and I will, and so I did that, and I can't believe that I'm standing here right now, so thank you so very much. I love you all, and I'm very
Thank you. So she was filling up, not emptying, but we were close. We were close. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
Hate to see you go, but I do like to watch you leave, brother. All right, we have a special treat up next. You know by now that the focus this year at the festival is on the Sami culture, and we have both a performance and a montage for you to enjoy. First, I want to tell you a little bit about the performance that's going to happen. El Maria Ira is a joik singer, but also a participating Sami filmmaker. She began, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, yoiking. Is that right? Yoiking? She began yoiking before she could actually talk. She's a reindeer herder, an artist, a film director, a producer, and writer. But before we welcome her, I'd like to take a little look at the Sami Spotlight films that were featured in this year's festival. Show the reel. Please give Al a warm welcome to the stage.
Hello everyone, Boris. I'm gonna yoik about a special type of reindeer called Rosa Yoya. This reindeer leads the other reindeers from the winter area to the summer area, to the coast, to the north. Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful. I think that's a lovely addition to have a few performances through the show, don't you think? And it's incredible that events like this allow us as Indigenous people to make those connections like all around the globe, because the experience is so similar, and to share our art, which means when you vote, and you must vote, you have to vote to support the arts. Who's voting? Yes. All right, our next award is sponsored by V-Tape. Cynthia Lickers Sage is the founder of Imaginative, Aboriginal Media Arts Festival. She was the founder and executive director of the Center for Aboriginal Media, helping Aboriginal people succeed in the media industry. Cynthia was also the producer / director of the weekly television show Imaginative on the Aboriginal People's Television Network for 3 seasons. She was also executive producer of the inaugural Aboriginal Pavilion at the Toronto 2015 Para-Pan Am Games. Here to present the Cynthia Lickers Sage Award for Emerging Talent are Lisa Steele and Cynthia Lickers Sage.
We want to start this award with the honorable mention first, which is a very important mention. Imaginative is awarding a special honorable mention this year for the short film Dancing the Space in Between to recognize the tragic death of director Lacey J. Moran Desjardins. Lacey was a committed young artist who died last February in a car accident that also took the life of her collaborator on the film, Regina artist Michelle Serreda. The tragedy also claimed the life of well-known Calgary theater artist Michael Green and Blackfoot elder Narcissa Blood. Lacey was dedicated to her art, which bridged traditional culture and contemporary practice, as seen in this beautiful film, an elegy to the children who died attending the Regina Indian Industrial School. And we would welcome a moment of silence, and we would ask that the producer, Trudy Stewart, come up and share a moment of recollection about Lacey.
Thank you, everyone. If our friend and the doctor come up and say a couple words. Is Trudy there?
Good evening. I wasn't expecting to come up here to talk about her, so it's been really amazing being here presenting this film. But I do have a little bit of survivor's guilt because she should be here. And one of the things that her mother told me was that she didn't realize the impact that she was having, because she was constantly leaving the house saying, "Bye, Mom, see you later," and had no idea she was doing so much. She was teaching powwow at the university to the general public. She was working with youth, teaching them powwow. She was dancing with New Dance Horizons. She was toured with the Saskatchewan Native Theatre Company. She made this film and was pretty much doing anything in the Regina area that had to do with Indigenous art she was involved in. She helped out with the Saskatchewan Storytellers Festival. Yeah, so she was a very talented performance artist, media artist, and I just love and miss both of them very much. Thank you.
The winner of this The winner of this prestigious award goes to a very mood and gritty family piece. Like Winter, this film forced the characters to be in the main stage of the story. Technically efficient and precise with a truth to the characters, this film was a rich journey into a dysfunctional family. The 2015 Imaginative Cynthia Lickers-Sage Award for Emerging Talent goes to director Sonia Beaulieu and producer Jason Brennan for Lidep.
I wasn't expecting that. I was actually just crying. Wow, thank you very much, Imaginative. It's a great honor. We come here every year, and it's the first time we have a film in the festival, so it's really cool. I'd like to thank Telefilm, first of all, because they created a wonderful, wonderful program with the micro-budget program, and that's how we made this film. So thank you, Telefilm, for believing in emerging artists. I'd like to thank my main actress who's here, Ev. You were amazing. The film would not be at all good without your performance. And I'd like to thank my partner in crime, both professionally and personally. Without Jason, the film wouldn't exist, and thank you very much. I don't know if you wanted to say anything. No? All right, well, thank you, everybody, and don't forget Monday to kick Harper out. Thank you. Woo!
We really didn't warn her that she was going to be presenting or speaking about her friends, so that was a beautiful moment that she gave us, and it reminds us all that we are not guaranteed tomorrow, so that we really have to walk our dreams, live in the moment, do what it is that our heart tells us to do, because she obviously did that, and look at the incredible legacy she left. She got taken too soon, but what a legacy to leave behind. So I think it's an inspirational moment for all of us. All right. It's always hard for me when we go for those poignant moments, and then I look at what I wrote next, and it's like, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. But how many of us can actually name that rose in our own indigenous language? How many of you were at the awards ceremony last year? Yeah, all right. Do you by any chance remember my story about indigenous language from last year? I am going to tell it again if I have your permission to do so, because it is my favorite story about indigenous language. I used to work for the government of Nova Scotia, and I got a call one Friday afternoon from the Minister of Education's secretary. And she said, we want to put the Minister of Education through. He needs a Mi'kmaq to English translation. I said, well, don't put him through to me. I don't speak the language. And she said, it's 4:30 on Friday afternoon. We're putting him through because you're the only Mi'kmaq we can find. That made me feel so special. So I took the call, and when he came on the phone, he said, I'm going to an event tonight, and there are going to be a lot of Mi'kmaq people there, and I want to welcome the people. Do you know how to say that? I thought, oh my goodness, this is a word I know. Yes, it's jigalasi. So there's obviously a couple of Mi'kmaq speakers in the house. So he said, can you spell it phonetically? I spelled it phonetically. I repeated it a few times, jigalasi, and we hung up. And after we hung up, I had that moment of, wait a minute. Is it jigalasi or upjalasi? So I called up a friend of mine, and I said, what am I saying if I say jigalasi? She said, you're saying fly the hell out of here. So I had that moment of, do I call him back? I did call him back, but when I did, I said, you know, Minister of Education, if you invested in indigenous language, that shit wouldn't happen. Yep. Don't tell me immersion doesn't work. I speak English perfectly. All right, and on that note, to present for Best Indigenous Language Production, please welcome Elizabeth Weatherford. In fabulous silver shoes. My goodness, your shoes match my microphone.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to present on behalf of Indigenous Media Initiatives this award, and also say thank you to the filmmakers who all are working in Indigenous language through the structuring of their films and the ideas they present. But the clarity and specificity of speaking and portraying in your own language is what we're awarding now. The importance of knowledge keeping is beautifully portrayed in this film that follows one woman's quest to learn her people's story through language and dance. The winner of the 2015 Imaginative Best Indigenous Language Production Award goes to Sylvia Nopinditi for Bulyuna Milkari. I'm sure Sylvia will be happy to receive her reward.
Oh, here I was watching this woman who was getting up. This is, apparently you're not coming to get the award, madam. All right, she's like, no, don't even talk about me, just move on. All right, the next award is sponsored by RBC Royal Bank, and I want to talk about Royal Bank just for a second, if that is all right. We have all the time banks come in and sponsor things, and sometimes I think, oh, you know, that's a bank's way of just saying, you know, okay, I'm going to click that diversity box by throwing some money at an awards show. I want to tell you why I bank at RBC. I have just moved here from Halifax, Nova Scotia, where I lived for 26 years. And there's a little place in Halifax called the north end of town. And what the north end of town is when the government stole the land from the black people in Africville, they took them out of their houses and they shoved them into public housing in the north end of town. And when Native people in Nova Scotia move from their communities to town, we move into the north end of town. So it's basically black and Native people who live there. 26 years ago, when I moved to Halifax, there was every single Canadian bank represented in that community. In the 26 years that I have lived there, every single one of those banks pulled up stakes and left the community so that elders in our community, both black and Aboriginal, could no longer be serviced at their bank, except one. The Royal Bank on the corner of Almond Street not only stayed, but 3 years ago completely renovated and upgraded the bank. It also has an accessibility window. I have a hip replaced. The young gentleman walked me out because I actually walk with a cane because I'm well past needing the second hip replaced. They stayed in our community. They gave us a brand new, clean and shiny bank, and they showed that they care about us, not by throwing money at an award show, but by continuing to serve us where we live. And that's why I bank at RBC. I just really wanted to say that, because that's how you show what's important to you. Now I'm going to just talk a little bit about the award. Ellen Moneg worked tirelessly to support and develop talent of young filmmakers. And she helped them see that the arts could be a viable choice as a way to make a living. Her legacy is profound. And here to present the Ellen Moneg Award for Best Youth Work, please welcome Liz Jordan.
Thank you, Candy. As the new National Director of Aboriginal Markets for RBC, thank you for demonstrating our commitment to the communities we serve.
Thanks for staying with us.
RBC is proud to present the Ellen Moneg Award for Best Youth Work. From the jury citation, this is a simple and compelling story that weaves a poetic message from a daughter to her father. The jury felt that this documentary resonated in a very personal and moving way through the child's world of her father's alcohol abuse. The winner of the 2015 Ellen Moneg Award for Best Youth Work goes to Raquel Palomino Ocayay for Lo Quiera Dosierte.
bonito porque yo aprendí muchas costumbres de diferentes comunidades y diferentes regiones. Y también ha sido bonito compartir, compartir con mis compañeros algunas experiencias. Para mí es una experiencia que pasó en mi familia o que he visto, sería que reflexionen algunas personas mediante, las palabras que yo estoy diciendo y de acuerdo a eso ellos también que reflexionen. Agradezco este premio a Soledad, François y Alejandro por habernos enseñado y también agradezco a mi comunidad por haberme apoyado y también a Chirapa, Ostan y Wapiconemón. Gracias.
Oh my goodness. Is it just me, or even though I couldn't understand what she was saying, I could feel what she was saying? Thank you so much for that. We'll make sure we get the award to her. Thank you. It's so important, these youth awards, you know, that you could see the emotion just pouring out of her, and that's how we keep our young safe. We all have that creative spirit, we all have a voice, and every time we create an avenue where that voice can be heard, it empowers a young person, and it keeps them safe from all the things around them that are trying to keep them down. So it amazes me when I see this, yes. Our voices have to be heard. Now, the next award we're actually not going to give out tonight, but it is an award for Air Canada. And our Air Canada is who's sponsoring the award. Now, is that you that's presenting that award, Mr. Silver Fox? No, the woman right next to the Silver Fox. Hello. I am so thrilled because I feel like I am your colleague. I book more miles on Air Canada than probably just about anybody. I spent my last 5 birthdays with Air Canada flight attendants. I actually have tweet relationships with them. So I must say I love and appreciate your service. I would like a vegetarian option that's not pasta. That's all I'm gonna say. Which lets you all know that I fly in the business class section, but what can I tell you? I have a first class size ass, and that's where it flies. I tried it on the economy seat, it didn't fit. Welcome, and I am going to tell them a little bit about who you are.
I have to say that I'm actually not Air Canada. It's just that probably because I'm Australian, I probably get the most awards. Because I fly so much to Canada that the consulate of Canada in Australia, the embassy, thinks that I'm Canadian. And I get invites to everything in Canada that happens in Australia because of that. So, I thank Imaginative for that.
Well, and I would think you would be on Air New Zealand, but all right. This is Pauline Clegg, everybody.
So the Air Canada Audience Choice Award, which celebrated its inaugural year last year at Imaginative, invites the festival's thousands of audience members to vote for their favourite film over the 5 days. Of course, it's not the end of the 5 days, so it is still going on. So still vote, vote, vote. Last year's audience honoured the queen of Indigenous cinema, the indomitable Annalie, with her incredible feature documentary, Trick or Treaty. Now let's all applaud that because we didn't announce that last year. So we hope that you can, I feel like I'm advertising for this award rather than giving an award, so that we hope that you continue to vote for your favourite film until the festival ends, and we'll be announcing this year's award winners via Twitter, Facebook, and Imaginative website. So vote, 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 and thank you.
Absolutely. Just so you know, there is a hashtag for the entire festival and for tonight if you're having a good time. The hashtag is hashtag IN16. So IN16TH. You know what I meant when I went, except I had a lisp when I was a kid, so maybe it didn't come out right. Hashtag IN16TH. That's what you're hashtagging for the whole festival and for tonight. And you can find me on Twitter at The Candy Show, so feel free to say hello to me on there. I will be checking later. If you didn't enjoy the show, don't tweet to me. Send your email somewhere else. But I'm sure you're having a good time. Are you having a good time? Yes. Once I told you how to make your butt feel better, how can you not have a good time after that? It's fantastic. So now, this award actually started last year at Imaginative, and it goes to an emerging artist whose work embodies Jane Glasgow's great interest in Indigenous issues and her background in documentary film. Here to present the award for the Jane Glasgow Best Emerging Filmmaker is Rufus Glasgow. And Rufus, can you tell us, we recognize the last name, the relationship?
Yes, I will. But first I have to thank you for keeping the blood flowing through my butt. And for my new name, I am Silver Fox.
Yes, you wear that proudly. I think you earned it.
Thank you. The following award is named for Jane Glasgow, who was an award-winning filmmaker and journalist and co-founder of the Tarragon Theatre, a community activist and a philanthropist, and she was also my mom. She helped to open my eyes to believe that the world can really benefit from the stories and the ancient knowledge and the deep respect for the natural world that comes from traditional and Aboriginal peoples all over the world, especially when those stories are told by Aboriginals. And this film that has won the award is one of those films that needs to be shown and shared around the world. From the jury citation, this deceptively simple film leaves an indelible impression with its poetic but forceful depiction of the impact felt by the families and communities of missing and murdered Aboriginal women. The jury was unanimous in its decision to award the Jane Glasgow Award for Best Emerging Filmmaker to James Zix McDougall for his film, The Roots.
By all means.
I'm going to take my second run at this. I'm not James McDougall. My name is Craig Commanda, and I was, like James and Mo, I was also a participant with the Wapikoni Mobile. And so, I would first like to thank Imaginative Film Festival for bringing these films here to share with you all, and the Wapikoni Mobile for working with these filmmakers to bring their stories out to this amazing audience. And I would also like to share a couple of fun facts with you all, because I actually have a couple of connections with these films. I'm a musician and filmmaker, and I was also a participant with the Wapikoni Mobile. And for Nitakotan, I had actually helped in the shooting and recording process of the film. And for The Roots, I did the music for that film. So I thought I'd share it with you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for everything, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Thank you. Both his head nod and his speech were equally enjoyable, I thought. That leg just does not want to stay under wraps. And it's sad because this leg has the big fancy shawl dancer tattooed on it. Like, that's the better tattooed leg, but the slit in the skirt was on the wrong side and nobody wanted to change it for me before the show. So, this next award I'm very excited about. Both his face and his voice are recognizable on first blush. 5 decades in film, TV, and theater have garnered him a host of awards and nominations, including Geminis and Genies. His footprint on the industry was so big that this award was actually sponsored by individual donors. So artists and citizens who just felt so strongly about wanting to have an award for this gentleman that they put their own personal money forward for it. Tonight, the August Schellenberg Award for Excellence is being presented by his wife, Joan Kirasavage Schellenberg. Please come on up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are connected, each and every one of us. And I am very grateful to be here tonight Augie is very grateful to be here tonight, to finally be among you. And this is a night of thank yous, and this is a night of reaching for the stars. Augie, we thank you for sharing the journey. There are so many with us tonight who each has a little story about you to tell. In a way, to know him was to love him, truly. And he knew how powerful it was to have a dream in order to come to the reality you were really meant to live. And so, in his career, there was a moment he shared when he saw Chief Dan George, which I know you all remember, in the George Riga play, Ecstasy of Rita Joe, which in 1967 in this country was a phenomenal piece of theater. Augie created the role of Jamie Paul. Chief Dan played Rita Joe's father, and Augie and John Giuliani, a mate from theater school, said, "Oh my God, there is King Lear." And he was magnificent on stage. So Augie's dream at that time with John was to one day do an all-native production of King Lear with an all-native trained professional cast of actors. And in May of 2012 at the National Arts Center, which he opened with Chief Dan, he did do his King Lear. It was a wonderful piece of Canadian theater history. At that time, Janny Lauzon played his Cordelia and Fool. Double casting, she was brilliant. And I went to Janny after Augie passed and said, I really would like something to have his name remembered. He was a leader in the beginning. And she went with her wonderful energy and care to Imaginative and Jason and the company there, and presented this idea of an award of excellence in Augie's name to be given not for one role or a special event that year, but for a member of the Indigenous theater acting community for a lifetime of giving, both in their art and in their personal daily life. And so thank you, Janny, for all that hard work, because Imaginative said, absolutely, bless you. And as Candy said, this was created with, may I start with this briefly, our union, ACTRA. Steve Waddell, who at one time, now the national president of our national ACTRA, took Augie to LA, and that was the beginning of the whole Free Willy saga and the wonderful things that followed after. Thank you, Steve, because you and Fern Downey and Heather Allen and Jacob Leibovich, and Brad Keenan really worked hard from the ACTRA point of view to create the beginning funding for this award. And also, we were supported by the larger community, our family, our friends, our family of friends, our colleagues, and Augie's fans. And we now have the August Schellenberg Award of Excellence, and the first recipient is the absolutely only choice we could have made. As you have heard, it is the one and only Tantu Cardinal. And I have to say, the connection continues. Tantu did her first film with Augie in 1981. Some of you weren't even thought of at the time. And here we are, all these many years later, still connected, because when they did King Lear, besides having played Augie's wife many times on screen, she got to play his daughter Regan in the production of Lear, which they did. And so I want to say thank you, Tantu. Where are you? Thank you, Tantu, for all the wonderful achievements you have already realized. And thank you for all the wonderful achievements you have yet to realize for all of us. And so, as Augie would say, walk in peace, with love, always. We are connected. Bless you. The first recipient, ladies and gentlemen.
Black Clover, Snow. The arts are a fundamental force for any society to be healthy. That's where the stories, the songs, the dances are the kernel. Those are the ceremonies of any civilization. I don't care what part of the planet you come from, what color you are, or anything.
Bangor are going on strike. Ah, come on, you back! You heard that wrong, apple tree! Yes! You ready for shaking it? You're gonna break it up. Stop that. Seems Stefan and me got married in Reno in 1976. Neither one of us remembers. That was during what I call lost years.
What would I want to do go looking around in your room anyway?
I don't know. Why would you open the door?
Why would I? Let me see. What's in that room? What the hell is in that room that I would want to see? Come on.
No, you
What would I want to see?
It doesn't
in there?
matter
What
what's
do
in the
I
room.
need in there? Come
You
and
don't need
show
to-
me what I need in there right now.
Girl. None of us knows how long we've got. That's why we have to make the best of every minute. I'll keep fighting the bureaucrats on my own. Looking for your husband?
You know him.
Perhaps he'll find you.
He's looking at you, kid.
Hai knaskumt now mitto ne teuche. And here on this land of Noshoni, part of the blood that Augie came from, I am so grateful for this honor. I'm honored. He's been a friend of mine. He's been instrumental in my first opportunity to do Shakespeare on stage. It was his insistence that I be there and play his daughter. Wow, wow. And his absolute insistence that he give whatever it was that he could. He was instrumental in getting my son into the National Theatre School. He was a graduate of National Theatre School. And he wrote a letter. He presented it to the person who would be responsible for that. He took it to heart to be there and do that. And every time we had a chance to be together, he talked about his family. Loved his family, his girls, his grandchildren. I am just rich from having known Augie. And I like that he's here and that his legacy will carry on. So grateful for the work that everybody did to make sure that this happened. And here is the first Augie.
I love it. Yes.
And may it be an aspiration and an inspiration for all these filmmakers, storytellers that are coming along. I was sitting there thinking about when Augie started, when he was a young man on stage with Chief Dan George. All of this was dreams, absolute dreams. Wow, how far we've come. Hai, knas komt nou, au metone.
Ooh, don't go anywhere, ladies. Ladies, Michael, can you just have them come back out on the stage for a moment, please? Before you go, ladies? Can you just stay on the stage for a moment? First of all, no surprise to me that Augie would have married such a spectacular woman. No surprise at all. So lovely to have you here with us this evening. For me, as a young Mi'kmaq girl from northern New Brunswick whose father couldn't read or write, to sit on this stage, to hear you tell stories of him who, as a little girl I watched on TV, to hear you tell those stories and talk about Tantu as you sitting at his knee, and for me and my generation, you were it. You were our Chief Dan George. And to be sitting here in this moment on this big chair next to people like this and see what we're doing in the world, it reduces me to tears. And I want us to just one moment make sure that Augie and everybody who came before us, and Tantu who's here and his dear wife who's here, let's make as much noise as we can in this moment. Let our voices be heard right now. Whatever happens in Ottawa next week, we're here. We're here and they can no longer silence us. And one of those legends, one of those trailblazers, our next award is named after. The Alanisa Bomsawin is, of course, who we call the first woman of Canadian Indigenous film. If you think right now of the first Native film that you ever saw that wasn't made by other, chances are it was made by this beautiful woman. She's one of those rare people who have actually become a legend in her own time. And just like Clint Eastwood, the work just keeps getting better and better with every year that ticks by. Please join me in welcoming Alanisa Bomsawin to present the nominees for the Best Documentary Award. Thank you.
Sure nice to be here. This documentary had a strong level of humor and rage, optimism and cynicism. This dichotomy moved throughout the film with ease. It also webs together the political, historical, and family story as a strong narrative that engaged the jury into the main character's world. The winner of the 2015 the Alanisa Bomsawin Best Documentary Award goes to the director, Kim Webby, and producer, Christina Milligan, for The Price of Peace.
Will you present this work to me?
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Imaginative, for having such a fabulous festival that brings Indigenous people from around the world together and binds and unites us through our stories. It's such a great thing. It brings the stories of our past with us into the future and allows us to create new stories so that we can create a really strong, positive future. I really want to thank Tamiiti and his family for allowing me to tell their story, and the people of Ruatoki in the Eastern Bay of Plenty, the people of Ngaituhoi, for giving me permission to bring this story into the light. I really want to thank our producer, Christina Milligan, who came at a time when I was probably going to give up. And all the people that worked on the film, and a lot of them for nothing, our DOP, Joss Wheeler, and our amazing editor, Kushla Dillon, and all those who gave their time. And the support of the people at home in the Māori film and television community who lent us gear and gave us support and gave me a place to stay when I was in Auckland. I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
I've never been to an awards ceremony where I've cried 3 times already. You guys are amazing. I would like to also thank our co-producer who couldn't be here, Roger Grant, who did an awful lot of work also on the film with Kim and myself. This is such a privilege, and I just met one of my heroes. Woo. Thank you, Imaginative.
As a comedian, I'm a strong believer that the release of tears and laughter is the exact same release, so I think it's amazing and appropriate that we should spend our night laughing together and crying together, because this really is a special, special occasion. The time of the night has come. This is the time where at the Academy Awards, it's well past midnight. The news has been preempted. You know you're going to look horrible at work tomorrow, but you just have to stay up to see who won feature film. So we are going to have that final award, and then we have an incredible performance, and then I will come back to end the show. So please stay right where you are. Before we have someone come up to present the award to the winner, however, we want to show you a quick reel of all the features, or a sample of some of the features that we had here at the festival this week.
Welcome to Color Television.
So how long do you think this has been going on with them?
That are enshrined in the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples.
And starring the Australian All Blacks, Bob Marley.
Hey, where you going? Thought we were gonna dance. 8 o'clock and the count is made.
Even after 200 years. You never get used to it.
Here to present the award for Best Dramatic Feature is Bill Lundy.
Let's give it up for Candy, everybody. Great job hosting. I am so honored to be here to present this award on behalf of Bell Media for Best Dramatic Feature. Bookended by An Elder's World of Tenacity, a native man tries to rebuild his life. For this film's authenticity, realism, and character study, seldom seen with real people as themselves in a narrative film, the award for the 2015 Imaginative Best Dramatic Feature goes to Sterling Harjo for Miko.
Hello. Thank you. Kia ora. There were some tough-looking Māori up there. I'm kind of scared now that I won this award. We can get tough too, though. No, I thank you very much. This is my favorite film festival. I've said this 100 times. It was my favorite film festival. Jason, you guys do an amazing job. And, you know, it's always great to be here with so many talented people. I want to thank everyone that was involved with the film. I think the only person left here anymore that was involved with the film is Black Horse. My editor, Black Horse, thank you. Who also is a badass filmmaker, so thanks a lot. I think he's asleep right now, but no, thank you. I mean, you know, all I could say is that, you know, we make these films for a reason, and we come to this festival for a reason because we feel like they're important. You know, I saw No Address by Alanis Obamsawin a long time ago, and that was one of the first times that I saw a film about natives living on the street. And, you know, making my own film about natives on the street, I owe a lot to her and to a lot of people. So thank you very much. And I will also say to younger filmmakers, we're not PSA makers, we're filmmakers. And just remember that moving forward. You know, we're filmmakers and we tell stories. And you know, if I would have made a PSA with statistics and things like this about homeless people, it wouldn't have reached as many people as it will, because I told a story and I told the truth about people living in the street. So just remember that as you move forward, and I wish the best to everyone. So thank you, Maro. They really crammed it all in here on this award show, didn't they, Jason?
And now, to end the night in great style, we have a performance for you. Lisa Ojig is from Wiki on Manitoulin Island. Yes, let's hear it for Wiki. It's a community that I fell in love with. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I fell in love with earlier this year when I got to go there and perform. She is a two-time world champion hoop dancer who has danced for everyone from the Prime Minister to the Queen of England. And that's kind of appropriate because tonight she will dance for the 4 queens of Indigenea. Me, Alanis, Mrs. Universe, and Kent Monkman. She was also the feature hoop dancer at the recent Toronto 2015 Pan Am Games. Please welcome Lisa Ojig. Lisa Ojig, everybody. Woo, woo, woo. Amazing. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our evening. We heard tonight the voices of the future, while at the same time, giants walked among us. It was an amazing, amazing evening. I leave it feeling the same way I felt last year, which is inspired and motivated. Whenever I'm among you, I feel this urge to do better and reach higher and strive for more excellence in the work that I do. Those of you who come from far away, please have safe journeys home at the end of this festival. Those of you who were filmmakers honored tonight as nominees, people who had your films shown in the festival and as winners, please continue to tell our stories from our own perspectives. We so appreciate it. It so supports and holds us together as a community. And my name is Candy Palmater, and it's been my absolute honor to be your mistress of ceremonies this evening. Thank you. And let's hear it from my assistant, Michael. Thank you. All right, safe travels home, everybody. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all next year. Thank you, sir.